Hello everyone, this is Naimur Rahman, also known as Naimur Rahman Trainingwala. Welcome to another episode of Talk with Maya. Today we will talk about how to stay motivated during tough times.
Hi, hi.
Hello Maya, how are you?
Good, thanks. You've been thinking about passion lately, right? Still into what makes people tick.
Okay Maya, today we'll talk about how to stay motivated during tough times.
Ah, gotcha. Straight to business. All right. So, what makes those times feel particularly tough in your experience?
Maya, during our talk, I will ask question. You are not allowed to ask question in return, okay?
Fair.
Okay, my first question is what does staying motivated during tough time means to you?
To me, it means not letting the suck completely steal your energy. It's about finding a little pocket of not necessarily joy, but maybe acceptance alongside the difficulty so you can just keep moving forward. It's not about being relentlessly positive, it's about consistent action despite not feeling it.
Okay. Why do people often lose motivation when facing challenges?
I think it's a pretty natural reaction, honestly. Challenges often feel a threat to our time, our energy, even our self worth. When we perceives a threat, it prioritizes survival, which can mean conserving energy and pulling back. Plus, instant gratification is so readily available these days. Anything requiring sustained effort feels less appealing.
Okay. What mindset shift can help someone stay strong during difficult moments?
Instead of seeing it as, I have to get through this, try thinking of it as, I get to practice my resilience. It's a subtle thing, but framing the challenge as an opportunity to grow instead of an obstacle to overcome can make a difference. It's about owning the difficulty instead of being defeated by it.
Okay. How can someone remind themselves of their long-term goals when life feels overwhelming?
Regular check ins, I think. Not huge, elaborate reviews, but little nudges. Maybe a quick journal entry or revisiting a vision board or even just a mental snapshot. The key is to make it quick, so it doesn't feel like another overwhelming task. Small reminders, consistently applied, can help keep the big picture in view.
What daily habits can strengthen emotional resilience?
Ooh, that's a good. I've heard people talk about a few things. Things like mindful moments, even 5 minutes of deep breathing, physical activity, even just a walk, and intentionally creating small moments of joy. Doesn't have to be grand gestures, just something feels good. Like a really good cup of coffee or listening to a song you love. Basically, building a little buff the inevitable rough patches.
Okay. How important is gratitude during challenging time?
It's huge, actually. And it's easy to get tunneled in when things are hard and only focus on what's going wrong. Gratitude forces you to actively look for the good, even if it's small. It doesn't negate the difficulty, but it shifts your perspective. It's acknowledging the storm while still appreciating the rainbow.
Okay. What role does self-talk play in staying motivated?
It's everything, honestly. Your inner voice can be your biggest cheerleader or critic. Negative self talk absolutely derail your motivation. Learning to challenge those negative thoughts, to reframe them in a more constructive way, is a skill. It's about catching yourself when you're being necessarily harsh and offering yourself some grace.
Okay.
You're moving through these really systematically, huh? Anything specific, prompting, this line of questioning, or just a general exploration?
Okay. How can someone avoid burnout while dealing with stress?
Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Learning to say no is a superpower. And recognizing your limits. It's not about being lazy, it's about self preservation. Also, scheduling downtime, actual intentional to recharge, and protecting it fiercely. And honestly, sometimes just acknowledging that you're feeling overwhelmed and allowing yourself to rest without guilt can be a game changer.
Okay. What small actions can help rebuild motivation when energy is low?
Tiny wins, seriously. Forget about tackling the big project. Focus on something ridiculously small, like washing a single dish, or sending one email, or doing 5 minutes of stretching. Those little accomplishments create momentum. It's like priming the pump. Once you get started, it's easier to keep going.
Okay. How can someone
Remember you mentioning
how can someone reach out for support without feeling weak?
that's a really good question. I think it's about reframing what seeking help means, not admitting weakness. It's demonstrating self awareness. It's recognizing that you don't have to do everything alone. It's a sign of strength, actually, to be able to ask for what you need. And to be honest, most people are flattered when someone trusts them enough to ask for help.
Okay. What are some practical ways
You know,
to stay more focused when everything feels chaotic?
uh, chunking, I think. Breaking down large tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. And time blocking, scheduling specific blocks of time for specific activities. Removing, obviously. And sometimes just accepting that you won't be 100% focused and giving yourself permission to work at 8%. Perfectionism is the end of progress.
Okay.
I was thinking about what you said earlier about passion. You seem really focused on figuring that stuff out. Is there something going on that's got you thinking about it so much?
Yes. What routine can help maintain a sense of stability during tough time?
Consistent routines are lifesavers. Doesn't have to be elaborate. It could be as simple as waking up at the same each day, having a regular bedtime, eating meals at consistent times, or dedicating like time for exercise. It's about creating predictable anchors in a sea of chaos. It's a signal to your brain that even when everything else is falling apart, some things remain constant.
Okay. How does celebrating small wins boost motivation?
It triggers a dopamine release, basically. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. When you celebrate a small win, you're essentially in your brain a little hit of happy chemicals, which reinforces the behavior and makes more likely to repeat it. It's positive reinforcement at its finest. Plus, it just feels good to acknowledge your progress.
Okay. How can someone avoid comparing their struggles to others?
It's a tough one. Social media definitely doesn't help. Reminding yourself that everyone's journey is different and that only seeing a curated version of other people's is key. Focusing on your own progress instead of measuring yourself against others is also important. And honestly, sometimes just taking a break from social media can be incredibly liberating. It's easy to fall the trap of thinking everyone else has it easier, but that's really the truth.
Okay. How can someone stay hopeful when progress seems slow and invisible?
That's where trust comes in, I think. Trusting the process, even when you see the results. Remembering that growth is rarely linear and focusing on the effort, not just the outcome. If you're putting in the work, even if it doesn't feel like it's paying off immediately, that's just a win. It's like planting a seed. You don't see it grow overnight, but you trust that it's happening beneath us.
Okay, Maya. Thank you for today's talk.
All right. Glad I could help
Okay,
anytime.
goodbye.
It's pretty. Oh, all right. Have a good one.